Hey guys, I'm Sarah and I'm coming to you today with a recipe that's just going to use tons of leftovers that I've got. Basically, the reason I'm making it, it's based off a Maltese baked rice dish. I don't think I'm going to add a dollar value into this because it is so versatile and there are so many different ways you could make this, different things you could add to it, and I think with all the variables it's just going to do my head in trying to put a dollar value. Just about the only thing I'm having to actually buy for this is the mince. Of course mince isn't cheap, but it can be supplemented. There are other options, it can be left out, so I'll go through all that as I go. So first of all, what I'm going to do is dice up an onion, chuck that into a frying pan. So I'm just going to cook that onion until it's nice and tender, and then I'm going to go in there and add my mince. Now what I'm doing is I'm adding about 400 grams of mince, and I'm also going to supplement it with a can of brown lentils. You could even just leave the mince out and just use something like lentils or beans or something. If you're doing that, I'd recommend maybe adding some beef stock in there. I'm also going to add in any other sort of, I've got a sad looking bit of broccoli here that needs using. I'm just going to very, very finely chop that and throw it in. I've also got, not much, but scraps of veggies left over from last night. So a few leftover veggies are going in there as well. Not very many, I'll probably do some veggies on the side of this. So, but it's one of those things, you know, if it's not appealing looking veggies, dice it up, throw it in, no one will care. Now the pan I'm using, it's one that can go straight from stovetop to oven. If you don't have a pan that can go into the oven, not a major, just cook it in the pan and then get out a separate baking dish and transfer it to the oven in that. So whatever works. As I am supplementing the mince a bit, as opposed to adding, normally I'd maybe crumble in a beef stock cube, but here's my first leftover being used, gravy. I had some a couple of nights ago. I made bangers and mash for dinner with gravy. Gotta have gravy with your mashed potatoes, in my humble opinion. And I'd popped it in the fridge. I thought, yeah, I'll use that maybe, you know, one of those things that may have just died in my fridge after a while. But so yeah, I'm actually just gonna add a couple of tablespoons of leftover gravy in there instead of beef stock. So I'm going to start adding flavours in now. I'm going to add a couple of decent teaspoons of crushed garlic. If you are using fresh garlic, I actually suggest you add it at the start with the onion. I was taught in a cooking class that I did that if you're using the minced garlic, it's actually better to not cook it straight off in the pan, or it can lose its flavour, or lose some of its flavour. Along with a teaspoon of curry powder. Now this isn't going to be spicy, it's just flavour. It's just going to have the undertones of flavour in there. So, you know, it's not going to be like curried mince or anything. But I'm going to add a teaspoon of curry powder in there, along with a couple of teaspoons of whatever kind of herbs you want. I think I've just got some mixed herbs in there. I might have some oregano or something. I'll see what I've got in my pantry. Chopped up carrot tops can always be a good parsley replacement. Put in parsley, you could add in paprika. I might add in a bit of paprika actually. But yeah, whatever you've got, and a bit of salt and pepper. Now we're going to add in some tomatoey, saucy stuff. So this is another place where I'm using up some leftovers. I actually had some tomato soup left over from a few nights ago now that I'd put in the freezer. So I've defrosted that, and I'm actually going to put the tomato soup in there. I may supplement with another can of tomatoes. I'll just see how far it goes. So a can of crushed tomatoes, tomato puree, plus a couple of tablespoons of tomato paste maybe for a bit of extra flavour punch. But anything like that, passata style tomatoey pasta sauce. A couple of jars worth, about 800 grams. So throw that in there and get that bubbling nicely. Now I've just realised I've got a couple of carrots that are going a bit bendy on me. So I'm going to do a shop in the next couple of days. So I'm going to throw I'm going to finally grate a couple of carrots and throw them in there. As I say, this is just that I'm probably veering so far from the traditional recipe that it's silly, but that's what I do. This is just, I'm hoping to give some inspiration as to using up what you have got, you know, waste not, want not. So I am going to add in that extra can of chopped tomatoes because it's not quite as saucy as I want it. I like things a bit saucy, I do. So where'd that come from? But once you've got all your saucy ingredients in there, you just want to let it simmer with the lid off, stirring occasionally so that it doesn't burn to the bottom of the pan, just until that has reduced right down. That is just looking beautiful and saucy. I'm just going to let that simmer for a bit. I've just turned it onto a low heat. But look at that, I mean, all the goodness in there. You've got your protein, you've got veggies, awesome stuff, and so much of it is just leftovers or things that may have otherwise just been thrown out. So just use what you've got, make the recipe your own. Do a bit of a taste and adjust at this stage. Of course, you will be adding quite a bit of rice to this later on. You know, bear that in mind. If the flavour's a bit strong, don't worry. So I'm just going to leave the lid off, add the rest of the stuff a bit later. Have a taste. That is actually tasting so nice. You could almost just eat that as is. It is a little bit powerful flavor wise, but that's what you want at this stage, because as I say, there is going to be rice added to that which will absorb all those flavors and stretch it all out. So far looking good, resisting the urge to eat it out of the pan. The next thing that is a leftover rice, cooked rice. Now, not all of this is leftover, that'd be a bit much, and I'm not sure if I'm going to put it all in there actually. I had a bit of rice left over. I made an Indian dal for dinner last night, and I had a bit of rice left over. So it wasn't very much, so I've cooked up a bit more. Might have cooked up too much, but that's alright. You can always make rice pudding with leftovers, put them in wee pots for the kids' lunch boxes, they love that. Some recipes actually call for adding uncooked rice in there, and you just let it bubble with the remainder of the dish. A lot of recipes say partially cooked rice so it can absorb a bit of the fluids. I'm going with the scenario where you've got leftover cooked rice. So I'm using completely cooked rice. You're going to add that in after it's simmered down for an hour or so. Okay, so it is now later. That has been bubbling for a while. I just turned the heat off and just sort of left it in the pan there for a bit. So now I'm going to add some rice in. I'm just going to eyeball it. I don't know if I'll add all of that rice in or just some of it. It'll be individual taste as well when it comes to mince and rice kind of ratios. Some people would prefer a more ricey thing, some people more mincy thing.
Mincy thing!
Olivia wants a more mincy thing. So we'll see how we go. Okay, now just to help that come together nicely, I'm just going to beat up a couple of eggs with a little bit of milk, throw that in the mix. Okay, and then the recipe said about a cup of grated cheese. I'll probably put a little bit less than that in the mixture, and I'm just going to sprinkle a little bit more on top. But so just mix that all in together, and then we're going to put that in the oven for about half an hour to 40 minutes. We're going to bake at 180 degrees Celsius. If you want to, towards the end, you can shift it up the top of the oven to make the top all nice and crispy. That's personal preference, and we'll see how that comes out. Okay, so I'm just going to put some veggies next to this, but it is recommended to have a nice fresh salad or something. Just that salady stuff isn't in season at the moment, you know, and it's a bit of a cold night tonight. It doesn't feel salady, you know. So anyway, I'm going to go and give this a go. So that's nice. All the flavours that I chucked in there before when I had my taste test earlier and I said it's a bit strong, it's not now because I put that rice in and that just filled it all out. It's absorbed all the flavours. You can definitely taste the garlic in there, that really, really mild curry flavour, but it's not spicy at all. It's just very mild undertones of curry in there. But that is really yummy. That is really adaptable. It's mincy, it's tomatoey. If you like savoury mince stuff, then hey, this is awesome. Of course, the rice bulks it all out. Definitely give this one a go, guys. And it kind of looks the part too. Nice comfort food kind of thing. Nice one dish. So there we go. Hit the like button, hit subscribe, and leave me a comment. We'll catch you next week. Bye.